My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Five Nights at Freddy's. And I've never played the games, but clearly everybody in my audience has because everybody just lost their minds. My goodness, this was the weirdest theatrical experience of my life. I've never seen a crowd this loud since Avengers Endgame. Like, they're at this restaurant early on, and this radio shows up, and everybody freaks out. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Why is everybody clapping and cheering? We're like, who is this? And that happened time and time and time again. There's a big reveal in the last act, and people are just like, oh my goodness. But as someone who doesn't know who this person is, I'm like, why should I care? Because I really don't. So, this movie did nothing to win me over on Five Nights at Freddy's. And the truth is, I was actually excited for this movie because I know the game is mainly you looking at security cameras and seeing these evil animatronics getting closer and closer to you at this abandoned Chuck E. Cheese-like restaurant. And that could have made for a very great movie, similar to Paranormal Activity. But that's not the movie we got. This movie doesn't care about atmosphere or tension or trying to affect the audience in any meaningful way. Instead, it just focuses on this convoluted nonsense, and it was just, what are you doing, movie? Like, why this direction? Like, the people who already love this story are going to love this movie, but you're not going to win anyone new over. And I just thought the story choices were dumb. It focuses heavily on this plot regarding dreams, and I just hated all of this. I thought everything with the main character and his sister did not work in any way whatsoever. This relationship that forms between him and this cop is just unbelievable. I did not buy it for a single second. And the information she withholds from him in moments is just baffling. Like, there's a point where she's like, if you do this again, I'll shoot you. And then she doesn't explain herself. Like, what's going on? The movie's never scary. It's never tense. I've heard some people say this is a good gateway horror movie. I don't agree. Like, Coraline is 1,000 times scarier than this movie. It tries to be funny every now and again, and it falls flat on its face. There's one scene where characters are looking at the roof, and I'm just like, is this meant to be funny? I honestly can't tell. And the performances are flat. Josh Hutcherson, I love him in the Hunger Games franchise. I love him in Bridge to Terabithia. I don't know if it's his fault or the director's choice, but he just lacks any bit of personality or charisma. He did nothing for me here. Piper Rubio as his sister, I thought was pretty bad as well. Elizabeth Lau, I thought was very flat, and Matthew Lillard did nothing for me, so not really impressive on that front either. And I'm trying not to give anything away, but the way this movie just ends, it's not satisfying in any way whatsoever. I think it lacks any bit of atmosphere, and it's just terribly directed by Emma Tammy. Just all for directing. The only thing I'll give this movie is that the animatronics look great. There's some great creature design, but that's as far as I can get. Like, this movie just has nothing else to offer. I thought it was a real drag. It was boring. The story was nonsense. It's never scary. It just made every wrong decision. all of these big reveals are completely meaningless to me, and I just hated this movie. I'm gonna go ahead and give Five Nights at Freddy's a 1.5 out of 10. Between this movie, Killers of the Flower Moon, and The Exorcist Believer, this has been a terrible month for movies. But what did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.